Hello everybody, I'm Ryan, it's Walking R. Of course, if you clicked on the link, you probably figured that out. Now, I'm going to tell you, it has been a minute since we talked last. So those of you who follow this channel faithfully, which there's a few of you that do, and I appreciate that, you will have noticed that there was no video for the past week. And this one should be coming out, I don't know, Thursday-ish, so most of this week. And what I'm going to tell you is life got in the way. I actually still work for a living. The farming thing, as much as I want that to be a revenue stream, and it's going to be, and you'll see why here in a second, I still got to pay to farm. I'm still earning my bones, as it were. So, I got tied up at work. No video. On top of that, anything that was interesting that happened this last week was basically done via phone. So, for example, this guy is sold. So you're probably just thinking to yourself, what are you doing? You've got like 3 cows and you just sold one that was probably going to pay for the herd. That's just the way life goes sometimes. Good buddy of mine happened to call me that day. Actually, I think I called him and said, dude, gotta sell my cat, gotta sell my steer. See what you can do. Literally 45 seconds later, I get a phone call back, sold, for asking price. And he is going to be moving off to San Angelo, where he will live out his days on a ranch with other cows. And, as I said before, or maybe I don't know if I left that in this video, he has been renamed by the children of the gentleman that I sold him to. So, you'll see him here for another week or two, but after that, he's gone. Farewell, Daddy's little fatty. Remember the mower that I told you was so amazing? Yeah, that's it right there. The blades are, I would have better luck cutting my grass with a chainsaw tool. It's horrible. On top of that, because I'm real good at maintenance on my mowers, it's been about a year since I've changed the oil. About time. Also, every wheel at every corner started squeaking horrendously at me. So, we're going to take those apart and see if maybe we can fix it. Don't know if we can. May end up with a broken mower. Broke-er mower. Number 1, I got the wrong oil filter. Go me, wrong one. Number 2, I'm not really sure what I'm going to find behind these wheels. I assume it's some kind of bearing, but then again, if you've seen my past videos, I always think there's a bearing back there, and when I get in there, well, it's not really the case. So, today's mission is just going to be to figure out what the hell is behind this wheel. Let's dig in and find out. First off, I want to go ahead and say, I really am pretty decent at mechanicking. Finding hidden greasers is a completely different issue. Now, there's good news here. But let's go over the greaser issue. There's a greaser. I'm an idiot. It makes sense that there would be a greaser back here. I didn't check. For those of you who have a Husqvarna22V46, there's a grease zerk on the back side of the wheels. Now, Couple things. Here's the good news. This is not destroyed. Amazingly. Because there's been grease in it. I didn't put it there because, you know, I went full genius. I have greased these. These are full of grease, as you can see. All right, so that's good. This is not destroyed, so bonus. So I'm going to put this wheel back on, and I'm going to check the other ones. Okay. So, something I have discovered. Now, understand, I don't have a manual for this thing anymore. But, theoretically, you should be able to hit the greaser and fill the cavity, right? Put it all in there. Life will be good. But, on mine, it was jammed. It was plugged. Wasn't greasing. So, or at least it wasn't flowing enough past this shaft to actually take grease. What I did, took the wheel off because, here, I'll show you. You might be able to see inside there. That greaser is feeding the inside of the wheel. And right there in the middle is a little cavity that fills up with grease. Now, what I discovered, it's easier to grease this thing with the wheels off. So that's what I did. All it is, 2 little washers and a clip. You don't need any special tools. Pop it off, slides off. Grease it. Any extra, maybe rub it around on the axle. Make sure life is good. Put it back on. Nice and easy. I'm sure we'll find something different on a different wheel, but for this wheel, that's what I did. And we have a greased axle. When reinsert cap. Little tip. Inside that greaser, there's a little button. Sometimes that little button will freeze up. Won't allow grease in. Little screwdriver. Pokey pokey. Kind of break it loose. Maybe it works. Maybe it's a crap greaser. Either way, I've gone ahead and greased the axle shaft. I'm sure there's a lawnmower mechanic out there just cringing. I'm not even a lawnmower mechanic. I'm cringing. Look, everybody, the family's come to help. Even ranch hand rider. And weather update, it's 90 degrees and sunny. All right, ready? Let's give it a good spin. Look at that. No more squeaking.
And it's actually not stopping when I put my finger on.
Yep. So we got to take those out. That nut right there, all you do, take your impact, or wrench or socket or whatever you got, pull it off. That is a 5/8.
Really? Fiber was on this one.
That easy. So now I need to figure out a way to sharpen these up. Okay, first thing I want to say, you should probably have this done by a professional. At least if you care about your blades. They're a couple years old, they're beat to crap, and honestly, I don't want to have to go into town and drop them off and wait for... Nope. I'm going to do this the right way. Use a grinder. Now, never done this before, but that's not going to stop me now. So, let's have a look at what we're working with. This is what came off of the mower. It is disgusting, okay? Now, I've already tinkered with one side, and that's what we ended up with. Now, I'm going to tell you the comparison between the two. Is this something you're going to shave with? Nope. Will it cut grass? 110% yes. Now, all you have to do is I take it, put it in the old bench vise, I would definitely recommend a bench vise. Don't try to do this holding it in your hands. You're begging to be hurt. What's that?
On the sky, ranch and red.
All right, outstanding. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your said grinder right here and you're gonna just run along this edge. Now you'll notice underneath all this schmutz that there's already a line where you can see where this thing has been ground. Yeah, there we go.
Can I see?
Yeah, come take a look, buddy. All you want to do is follow that and just take a little bit of the material off the front. Just clean up the edge. That's all you're trying to do. You're not trying to kill anything. You're not trying to make a razor. And then you'll come around to the back side and you'll just flatten this edge. And what you'll end up doing is creating maybe not a knife edge, but a sharper edge. And that's the game here. That's what you want to do. So, watch and learn. Now, have a little look-see here. So it came out pretty good. So again, you're not going to shave with this, but it definitely will do the job cutting grass. Because right now, my brush hog does better than my finish mower. The other side, oh, there it is, same thing. All right. It's not fantastic, but it's a lot better than it was. And bottom line, if this doesn't work, I'll go buy new blades. I'm just being cheap. Give me a break. Okay, so some of you may be wondering, well, why don't you just buy new blades? I looked at the blades because at first it was just me being cheap, and I was like, I'm just gonna, maybe if they've got some up there cheap enough, I'll get them. Well, here's what I found: $60 a throw. There's 2 blades on this. $120 to put new blades on it. And I'm gonna tell you, in my mindset, that's a hard no. So we did our little sharpening thing, and it should work out. Maybe terrible, don't know yet. So we got the blades back on. Next is going to be we're gonna do the oil change. Now the oil change is nice and simple, but let me show you a little something here. And this is something that, if you're anything like me and you didn't read the owner's manual, you're not gonna know this. This is 1/2-inch rubber tubing. Why do you need 1/2-inch rubber tubing to change the oil in your mower? That's stupid. Agreed, it is stupid, but the reason is, check this out. Right there is the drain for the oil. You'll notice this is just a little cap, okay? You pop that off. You have to have that plastic hose because you notice where it drains. It drains right into the motor mount, and it will make an absolute disaster of a mess. So you need that plastic hose. There you go, just like that. Because you don't want to damage it. Here, hold on. Hold. All right, so plastic is out. Dang it.
Now you just broke it.
Potentially. Nah, I think we're good. Make sure to set that right there. Peace. That goes right next to it. Now you have clean, easy access to install your 1/2-inch plastic tubing. So stupid. Okay, you will notice I now have my oil collection device down there. This has been pushed onto the little barbs there. And you see this little, let's see if I can get in there. That little thing right there, you're gonna twist and pull out. And that should drain the oil, assuming I can get my fat fingers back there to pull it out. Okay, you will notice oil is running, but it's not running really great. It's because this needs to be done there. Now, it'll take it a minute. Ryder Lee is doing a fine job holding this in, and he could probably just set it down. Yeah, about like that. It's fine right there. And it's gonna drain out. So, we're gonna give that a minute, and then we'll attack the oil filter. Now, this oil filter wrench, you can figure out your own variety, but this is the one I've got, so it's the one I'm gonna use. There we go. There we go. I'm over here not filming for crap. There we go. All right, it should be broken loose. Now this is gonna make a mess. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. See? Can you grab the oil pan, Ryder Lee? It made a mess. Is what it is. Plan for it. It's not really that about a pan underneath. It's more about it spills everywhere because there's no proper way to drain this. Go Team Husqvarna. Here's the filter you need. Notice the part number. 492932S. This is it. Okay? It's Briggs & Stratton part number. Super easy to get, $8. Before you put it on though, always remember, a little dipsy of fresh oil, not the old junk you pulled out. Fresh oil. Okay. This goes right on like so. Try not to cross thread. So, if you recall this guy, so before you go and decide that you want to put fresh oil in it, you're going to want to make sure that you're all sealed up. And give it a twist. That little guy will be locked back in like so. Then, from there, you pop your 1/2-inch hose off. I'm going to set that right there. Now, did I get you?
No, but
okay.
No.
Now, you're also going to want to put this cap back on, if you got it. Just keep from dripping. Next, insert oil. You'll notice it doesn't say Briggs & Stratton. A lot like John Deere, Briggs & Stratton oil is twice the price. This, $2.50. All it is a little 5W30. Probably better than the Briggs stuff. So, you're going to want to fill it. I think supposedly this thing takes 2 quarts. I'm going to fill it with 1, check the oil, and then top off. Oil's in. We're good to go. Time to put it back together. See if it starts. Oh, wait, before we do, air filter. Again, Briggs & Stratton, part number, right there. Go ahead and keep the pre-filter on there. It's pretty nasty and dusty out here, so always a good thing to have. As you can see, it is a tight fit. You might have to kind of gently persuade it, like so. Then just put this back on. You're good to run. So what I'm gonna do, put that back on, get this thing down off of the jack stands. Let's fire it up and see if it works. All this work that we've done, I went ahead and got a quote from a local lawnmower shop. Not gonna name the name. And it was $350 to have them do this. Sharpen the, now I think that was new blades. I bought a $15 air filter. I bought a $10 oil filter, and I bought $4 worth of oil, and I had some grease here to grease the axles. and I'm good to go. Oh, and I sharpened my own blades. There you go. Do it yourself. Save that money. Spend it on things like cows,